Hi guys, it's Andy N. I wasn't sure if it'd come on there for a second, but hope you're all well. I thought I've got a bit of spare time today. I thought I'd do a little live feed. Let's test on Zoom with a few poems. Now, a couple of you may or may not be aware, but I'm currently in the process of just wrapping up a kind of split chapbook, poetry chapbook me and Amanda Steele have done, called The Lockdown Was All We Could See. Book's going to be out fairly imminently because we've got the artwork done. And also, as well, we've also got the poems done, and I'm just kind of writing the outro, and I've got the blurb to write. I thought this afternoon, with a bit of spare time, I thought I would actually give you a couple of taster poems from the book. We've done, I think it's 7 each, if memory is correct, and there's a couple of split ones you never wrote together. I'm going to read out the first 2 or 3 of the pieces on it, just as a good live feed test, basically. The first poem is called The Flowers. This is a very, very Philip Larkin almost based one, because during the process of lockdown itself, I've not really been able to leave the flat where I live for months now. And you kind of, when you're doing that, you're looking outside the window all the time and getting to feeling nature. It feels like it's a deeper sense of spiritual being with it when you're looking at things you normally take for granted. And this poem is called Flowers, when it kind of gives you hope in a different way, because by nature's trying to guide you. And this is called The Flowers. Out of our sight, the flowers are coming into bloom, like something has been said by nature, groaning silently in the breeze, watching shadows dip early that morning. Metamorphosing across rings of truth by days in isolation that spring, before growing old in a matter of months, out of the restless tension of all of our words. Moving itself along in a sign of wisdom, brushing itself in the air like a Buddhist prayer, murmuring, although this spring could be ruined, begin afresh next year. Cheers, guys. Okie dokie. Moving straight on. Now, there's quite a big sequence in the poem called Hitching a Ride, and I'm going to do this last one of them really, because this is where I'm going to talk about what's going on with society at that time itself. This one was pretty well wrote. Hitching a Ride 3 was just after the Underground opened, the people moved back to work. That first day, I remember it well when I was looking at everyone was standing in on Greenwich Station. It was like, well, it's been a holiday for 6 weeks rather than actual. And I found it quite disturbing scenes, really. So this is Hitching a Ride 3. And then there was a day later. We were still unconvinced whether the Prime Minister was right, as you see how busy the Underground in London during that first rush hour back to work was like. And we were all warned not to take public transport. You think of that job you nearly took at Greenwich Council back in the summer of 2000, and the flat all Underground stops away, and your friend said you could treat as a start and move in a few months later for something better. Ghosting those memories back to the present, we see the Underground station on the BBC, and all the people blending in the early morning mist, almost like they'd been in a 6-week holiday and returning to work as normal. You think you could have taken that job, and 15 years later be stepping into the abyss again, clutching your keys in your left fist all the way down, unsure whether, if you let them go, whether you'd return home shortly after. Chaining yourself and worry about your parents if you'd met somebody there, or children, stood at a imagined pinnacle crossing another city, and a nervous worry, should you be taking this journey, whether you believed them or not. Cheers, guys. Okie dokie, I'm going to do one more. This is perhaps a very apple. So that's my last solo piece in the lyrical collection. It's called Leaving Lockdown. Skating through the silence, the back of the deserted cricket club blends into the early morning mist, with the moon sinking on the cliff, turning the coastline orange at the start of another day. In the distance, you can hear the cars begin to stretch their legs again after the prolonged break, and people returning to the train station following 2-meter rules, almost like they were stepping into an unsure fairy tale. Back home, you've worked tirelessly, switching on your laptop at 7 a.m, dosing yourself up in sugar-free Red Bulls, leaving you feeling Instead of being on the top of the world, you were now hiding in the basement. Now breaking out of 3 months of silence, afraid to even open up the kitchen window, let alone say hello to your neighbours. Your imagination finally set free, finally finding the right words, mourning for all those who didn't make it. Cheers, guys. Take care. Get you all soon. Bye.